What's up YouTube? Welcome back to the Visual Verse. It is your host Ayande Joseph, and today we're talking about American Gangster. Honestly, a movie that was never on my radar, but I'm so glad that I saw it. I mean, it has Denzel Washington, Russell Crowe, and Josh Brolin, all directed by Ridley Scott. I mean, the man literally led Russell Crowe to victory in Gladiators. You know this movie is going to be tough as well, and it absolutely was. I didn't know this movie was based off of a true story until the end credit scenes, where it was like where everyone is right now, and I was like, what? For the story, I'm giving it 9 out of 10. I feel like it was super solid throughout. There was such a captivating narrative that had, the realistic ups and downs of life. And as I found out that it was an original story, it made so much sense, and I feel like it made it seem even more realistic. Probably my favorite part about the story was that the ending completely surprised me. I mean, I did not see it coming at all. I definitely thought the movie was going a completely different direction, and I was pleasantly surprised just to see how unpredictable this movie was. This definitely made me happy because we live in an era where you can pretty much predict everything by the first couple minutes of the movie, and so I feel like this was such a refreshing thing. I know it did come out in 2007, so that's kind of like a difference there. Looking at the characters and acting, I'm easily giving it a 10 out of 10. I mean, we both know Ridley Scott loves him some Russell Crowe. Denzel and Brolin all did such a phenomenal job of playing their characters. They really created this mysterious and believable and immersive movie experience that I mentioned earlier. I mean, it's so awesome when you see all three of these amazing A-listers that just really have these synergy on screen. It's so palpable, the talent that they have, and I feel like the side actors also picked up on this because they also did a really solid job, and I feel like it's easily some of the best acting that I've seen in the movie for a while. That probably speaks to the movies that I've been watching, but it definitely was refreshing just to see how pure of a narrative this was, and to see Denzel just being Denzel. I think I definitely need to focus on watching Denzel movies and see how this fits in his other roles. But as like a middle-aged Denzel, I feel like he definitely held it down and did an absolutely wonderful job. As for the cinematography, I'm giving that a 9 out of 10. There wasn't a large variety of locations that were visited in this movie, so this really placed an emphasis on all the smaller details of every scene, and it's clear that Scott did a fantastic job of making the environment feel alive and evolving as the story progressed. You could really get a sense of, what it must have been like to be back in the day, again building on this immersive feeling that I got when watching this movie. It was so cool to see how different characters reacted differently to each other, and I feel like you can see from the beginning to the end, it's easy to see. It's not like very hard to pick out. It was very intentional, and it was a really well executed. As far as the soundtrack, I'm giving it 6 out of 10. No songs really stuck out to me, but I feel like that should not take away from the movie. It still was really good and very solid. As far as rewatchability, I'm giving this movie a 7 out of 10. I'm definitely going to show my kids this movie one day, but I don't think I would necessarily watch it again on my own, just because I feel like it's one of those movies that once you've seen once, you kind of understand it and you're able to progress with your life. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you next time.